When we talk about life science, we usually picture labs, microscopes, and data charts. But one of the most influential figures in modern biology never ran a lab. Today, on May 8th, Sir David Attenborough turns 100. And while he's known as a broadcaster, his real impact on life science goes much deeper. In this video, we look at the 5 ways Sir David Attenborough helped shape modern biological science without ever wearing a lab coat. Long before the famous voice, there was a scientist. David Attenborough won a scholarship in 1945 to study geology and zoology at Clare College, Cambridge, and graduated with a degree in natural sciences. This foundation allowed him to not only describe nature, but understand it. He could read research, challenge assumptions, and work directly with scientists, building trust that would last for decades. In 1950, he applied for a job as a radio talk producer at the BBC. And although unsuccessful, he caught the attention of Mary Adams, head of the talks department, who offered him a 3-month training course. This opened the door for David to work behind the camera, producing several non-fiction broadcasts until 1954, when he stepped in front of the camera to present ZooQuest. Fast forward 20 years, and thanks to his education and passion, some of the world's most influential biological observations have been captured on camera.
So similar to ours that we see the world in the same way as they do.
The production of BBC's Life on Earth began in 1976, and it was the first time anyone had attempted to create a natural history series on this scale. The first episode aired on January 16, 1979, and was filmed at 100 locations worldwide with a team of 30 people and more than 500 scientists. The cameras didn't replace the research. They extended scientific observation, preserving moments of the natural world that would go on to inform education, conservation, and future study. David's career spans decades, with his series Wildlife on One running for 253 episodes between 1977 and 2005. At its peak, drawing audiences of up to 10 million on BBC One. More than 50 species, genera, and even one polar research ship has been named after David Attenborough. From carnivorous plants to rare mammals to extinct marine reptiles, the scientific community regularly recognises his importance. As Attenborough once said, it's the biggest compliment you could ask for. His name isn't just on the species, it's on active research. The David Attenborough Building in Cambridge, which opened in 2015, is home to biodiversity modelling, conservation science, and global ecological data. Nature and sustainability are at the heart of the building, even down to the design, transforming an old university building into a vibrant hub for global conservation. Sustainability engineers were integral during the consultation process to make the building as green as possible, resulting in incredible features such as a 4-storey tall living green wall, low carbon heat supply from a combined heat and power system, solar photovoltaics on the roof to supply electricity, and a metering infrastructure to the facilities of the building. One of his landmark series, Blue Planet 2, which was broadcast in 2017, achieved the highest UK viewing figure that year, of 14.1 million. David's in-depth approach and passion for documentary making helped shine a spotlight on the beauty of the world, as well as the increasing troubles of modern-day living and overconsumption, delivering clear messaging that has impacted governments and generations to come. His greatest legacy isn't what he showed us, but in what he inspired us to protect. At 100 years old, Sir David Attenborough has lived a career that is nothing short of impressive, and he's not done yet. So happy 100th birthday to Sir David Attenborough. Thank you for inspiring us, teaching us, and having an incredible voice.